Hey everybody, Jessica here, and today's routine is all about finding strength in stillness. So I'm going to ask you to go on a little journey with me today. I know a lot of you, myself included, really like to stay moving all the time. We like to have a million things going on, working our upper and lower body and doing cardio and strength and all that together. Today, I want us to do the opposite of that. I want us to see if we can find that strength and stillness. So we're going to hold poses, we're going to hold postures, and we're going to have to overcome that little voice in our head that says, oh my God, let's go on to the next thing. What time is it? I've got other things to do. So this is going to be a mental exercise or a mental workout as much as it is going to be physical for us today, myself included. So let's see how this goes. Just think of it as an experiment. There's no right or wrong. So we're going to start standing on a mat at the front of our mat with the feet hip width apart. You don't need shoes, you can be barefoot for this. And I want you to just really spread your toes wide, soften your knees, and really stand as tall as you can. Let your arms extend by your sides. So you're just standing here. But as you're standing here, I want you to be fully present from your head to your toes. That means your mind isn't wandering off going, okay, when is she gonna get started? What's going on? I'm gonna move on to the next thing. No, can you be here with me right now? Can you breathe? In through your nose, out through your mouth. Can you feel your energy drawing up from the bottoms of your feet? Imagine that the bottoms of your feet are open right now and they're drawing up energy from the earth. And that energy is growing up through the ankles, your knees, your thighs, through the hips and the pelvis, filling you up with energy, nice golden warm light, all the way up through the shoulders, down through the fingertips, up through the neck, and then finally out through the crown of your head. So I want you to feel your whole body just alive and awake here as you just stand. And you just breathe. It's all you have to do right now. Isn't that nice? So just enjoy this moment for a second. Be as tall as you can. Be as present as you can. And now keeping that awareness from your head to your toes, let's breathe and bring the arms together overhead. Inhale, stretching up, expanding that energy through our fingertips even more. Good. Now soften your knees and give me a flat back forward. Your arms are going to open to the sides really slowly, and you're just going to hold this tabletop position. So we're keeping a nice long line from the crown of the head out to the tailbone. Now chances are you really probably need to bend your knees a lot here, and that's okay. What I want to see is a nice flat straight line through your back, not straight legs. Good. Now let's reach the hands back towards the hips, and you're going to turn your palms in to your body. So keep your fingers really spread wide, but now kind of make that upper body. Now your body more looks like a letter L. Crown of the head reaching, keep a connection between your chin and your chest. Feel that spine staying long. So with the flatness of the back, we engage the muscles that line the spine, so we're not rounding forward and straining the back, but rather strengthening it, holding it in that flat back position. Can you keep holding it? Can you check and make sure that your neck isn't dropping down? Keep the neck right in line with that spine. Yeah, good. Now we're gonna round forward. Just let your body release to the floor. So round down. Let the crown of the head reach to the floor. If you can place your hands on the ground, great. If you need more support, you can put them on top of your shins. And again, those legs can be bent. The knees can be soft. And just hold that forward fold. Just feel gravity lengthening your spine for you, pulling the crown of your head closer to the floor as you continue to breathe. And just let yourself release in this position. Good. Now we're going to bend the knees more. I want you to place your hands, if they're not already, on your mat, shoulder width apart. You're gonna lunge your front leg back, stepping back into a firm lunge position. Now step that other leg back to meet it. Now just softly bend your knees lightly to the floor and just hold this modified plank pose. Your abs are in tight, and I want you to check the alignment of your body here. Make sure your hips aren't piking up in the air, and there's not any weight on the knees. So we want to be light on the knees, a diagonal from the knees out through the hips, through the crown of your head, and you're pushing your energy away from the floor through your palms. So don't sink into the wrists. Kind of grip your mat with your fingertips here. Just really press against your mat. Now go ahead and just point and release your toes, and let's press the hips back over the heels and just sit back to child's pose. Just rest your body back. If you're comfortable putting your forehead on the floor, go ahead and do so. If you need to bend your arms underneath your forehead, you can do that too. Just make yourself comfortable here. Just take some nice, deep, relaxing breaths. Feeling yourself just surrendering to gravity as we hold this pose, as we find that stillness. And if you find your mind wandering, just try to come right back to the present. Try not to let anything else pop into your head. Good. Now from here, let's shift our weight back into the arms. And we're going to tuck the toes under, and we're going to see if we can go up into a full plank pose now. Feet are hip width apart, extend the legs, hold. So you're at the top of a push-up, you're pressing away from the floor, your abs are hugging your spine, your legs are engaged, you're pulling up the tops of your thighs here. Good. Don't sink into your wrists, push away from that mat, try not to let the hips sag. Good. Now from here, press your hips up and back. Walk the feet in a little closer if you need to. So your body really resembles an upside down letter V. So I really have to bend my knees in this position. If you can keep your legs straight, go ahead. But just make sure the head is right between the arms here. You're relaxing your neck. Trying to reach the heels towards the floor. Your fingertips are spread nice and wide into the floor. Keep lifting your tailbone up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. Just keep lengthening the spine. Oh, and don't forget to breathe. Good. So from here, let's bring the hips forward and lunge the front foot through your hands. Back leg stays extended, heel is off the floor. And if you can, walk your hands on top of your thighs, roll your shoulders down your back, and just hold this nice, deep lunge. Front knee at 90 degrees. We want to make sure the knee isn't rolling out or in, but pointing straight ahead over the toes. Your back leg is engaged and firm, helping you to balance. And if you can, reach both arms outside of your ears and just hold it, staying low. Inhaling and exhaling, shoulders dropping away from the ears. Finding that strength in stillness. Not moving at all is harder than it sounds. Take the hands back down to the floor, shoulder width apart. Step back to your plank, abs tight, hold the top of that push-up position. Find that nice diagonal line from the heels through the hips, out through the head. And take it back up to down dog. Shifting the feet if you need to. Breathing. Pressing the fingers and the palms into the floor, reaching your chest back to the tops of your thighs, lengthening the tailbone up and out. And let's get ready to lunge the back leg through as the hips come forward. Here we go. Back leg steps through. So find your lunge first. Walk the hands on top of the thighs. So checking that knee position. Back leg is strong. Heel is lifted. Breathe, drop your shoulders. So remember that you can be staying here or reaching up. Just keep holding. Sweep the hands back down to the floor for me. One more time, coming back to plank. Hold. Feet still hip width apart. Now just lower gently to your knees, release your toes. Let's sit back to child's pose and just rest. Just take a few breaths here. Relax yourself into the floor. Adjust your arms if you need to. Just try to be comfortable. Good. Take the arms back out if you've bent them. And from here, we're gonna lower onto the elbows, but bring the hips all the way through to the floor. So I want you to just start in this modified cobra position with your chin to your chest. And think about pressing away from the floor with your forearms, pressing the palms down, sliding the shoulders down to your hips. So you kind of want to look like the Sphinx here. Don't break the neckline, just press down. So your body is active, even though we're just holding that position. Good. Now I want you to tuck your toes under into the floor for me. And we're gonna just lift the hips up in line with the shoulders by pressing down with the arms, scooping the abs in and up. We're gonna extend the legs out to an elbow plank position. Press your energy out through your heels, belly up into the spine. Keep pressing down with your forearms and your palms. Just let the eyes look straight down. Back of the neck stays long. Breathe. Release the knees, release the feet. Come back to your cobra, modified cobra. Good. And now we're going to move into a side plank. So we're going to start on the elbows facing forward, lifting up. I want you to turn your body towards me, stacking through the feet, opening the shoulders, lifting up. If that's a little too tough, bend your bottom knee, but keep everything else stacked and straight. Keep pressing away from the floor. Good. Hold, hold, hold. Slowly come back to center. Release the hips. And let's come all the way down to give the arms a little break. Curl the heels in towards your body. See if you can reach your feet. Now you can just hold here or extend up, lifting the chest, lifting the thighs. Gently release down. Extend the legs, bring the hands back underneath you. I'm going to try that to the other side. So lifting up to elbow plank. I'm going to turn away from you this time. Stacking the hips, stacking the feet, pressing and holding. Oh, Peanut is really finding strength and stillness today. Peanut, we all wish we were in your down dog position right now, not in this side plank. Press away from the floor. Slowly come back to your elbow plank position with control. Release down. Bend the heels in. Reach for the hands. Reach the hands back to your feet. And lift up if you can. Good, release it down. And let's just come up on to the hands and knees. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, abs in, nice and tight. Reach your front arm out, your back leg behind you. Just hold it. Good, now we're gonna curl and bend that back knee, and we're gonna see if we can grab a hold of the foot, and we're just gonna lift up. So kind of like what we were doing on the floor, but seeing if we can balance here. Extend back out, don't set it down yet. Reach back out to that extended position. And release. Good, let's do that on the other side. Holding it first. Back arm, front leg. Bottom hand right underneath the shoulder, pressing away from the mat. Don't sink into it. Bend the knee. See if you can find your foot. Open up. And extend back out. Slowly lower down. Good. From here, let's tuck the toes under and walk the hands back to the feet. Extend your legs, come up through that forward fold, rolling up through the spine, nice and slow. Good. How you doing so far? Are you still with me? Okay, good. So, I know this isn't easy. Sometimes it's just harder to stay still, right? So, keep pushing your boundaries today. Let's come back to that stance we began in, with the feet hip width apart, the knees soft, shoulders are down. You have that energy again from the crown of your head down through the bottoms of your feet. We're gonna sit back into the hips and reach the arms up by the ears. So you're sitting back as deeply as you can. You're reaching the arms outside of your ears, and you're gonna stay here. Breathe. So imagine you're sitting back into a chair. Make sure you're not collapsing your upper body. Keep it lifted. Chin is to your chest. You're reaching out through all 10 fingertips. Slowly stand up. Good. Nice, let's bring the feet together. Soften the knees. We're going to take our back leg behind us into a split stance. We're going to hinge forward into an airplane. So your arms are going to open to the sides. Keep that flat back, coming back to what we did in the warm-up. Most of your weight is in that front foot. Now, let's go ahead and reach the arms back, palms in, front knee is bent. Can you lift your back leg up, flexing through your heel, line it up with your hip. Focus your eyes on the floor. Now your arms can stay back by your hips. They can open back to airplane, or they can come up by your ears. Palms in. Four, three, two, slowly bring yourself up. Take a second. Feet hip width apart again, shoulders down. Find your center, find your breath again. We're gonna repeat that chair squat. Sit back into your hips, reach your arms up. Hold. Relax your neck. Good. Lift the heart, drop the hips. Slowly rise back up. Woo. Good. Let's switch legs. Front leg goes back. Bend your front knee, shift your weight forward. Airplane, flat back. Just get yourself set up first. Holding, lifting the back leg up in line with the hip if you can. Arms back, or they stay side, or they come up by the ears. Focus your eyes on the point on the floor in front of you to help you balance. Flex that back heel really strong. Slowly come on up. I don't know about you, but my heart rate is up there. Even without doing a lot of movement, we should definitely be feeling this, yeah? Good, you're doing great. So stay with me. Let's take the feet wide apart now. I'm just gonna turn so you can see me a little better. So feet are wide, hands are at our hips. We're gonna come back to that flat back position. Hands at the hips, pressing the hips back, abs in tight. Just hold it here. Good, so let's keep working the upper back. You're gonna raise the arms overhead into a V and give me 2 thumbs up. Pull your shoulder blades back and together. I want you to pull up through the tops of your thighs so you're not locking out your knees. And I want you to think of knitting your shoulder blades back and together. Don't let your arms drop, keep them right up by your ears. Release down, bring your hands to the floor if you can. Bend your knees to get you down. Just round forward, relax the head. Slowly roll up. Good. Let's turn this back leg out. So we're gonna turn the toes out. We're gonna bend that knee over the ankle, really getting as low as we can into that thigh, lining up the knee right over the ankle, reaching the arms out. Just hold. Press your shoulders down. Now extend that front leg, pull up the top of your thigh, reach back and look up. Hold it. Come back to the center. Turn the toes forward. Hands at the hips. Again, flat back forward. Arms into your V, thumbs up. Pull the shoulder blades back and together. Pull up the tops of your thighs. Engage your legs. Keep the spine flat. Muscles engaged and supporting the bones in the back. Release forward. Hands to the floor. Relax. Roll up through the center. Good. Let's turn the front leg out. Lunging into that front leg, making that 90-degree angle with the knee. Arms reach. So imagine you're trying to touch the wall that's in front of you and the wall that's behind you here. Keep breathing, keep your eyes focused straight ahead. Good, extend that front thigh, pulling up the muscles in the quadriceps. Reach the back arm, down, lift and look up. Step your back foot into your front. How you doing? You good? We're almost done. So from here, we're just gonna carefully and quietly come down to the floor. So I want you to just find a seated position. And we're gonna come into boat pose. So sitting on the sit bones, lifting the chest, just kind of point your toes lightly into the floor first. From there, you can let go of the legs. You can hold this position, or you can lift the legs up, or you could extend your legs all the way straight. But we're staying here, so make sure you can hold it with good posture. And you're breathing. You're finding that strength in this stillness. Open the heart, keep lifting. And let's bring the bottoms of the feet together as the legs come down. Just take a stretch forward into a butterfly pose. If you want, you can use your elbows to help open the knees gently. Just relax forward. Some of you might be able to bring your elbows to the floor. Go ahead and do that if you'd like. Good. And from here, let's roll it up. Turn the knees in. Feet are gonna be hip width apart. And we're gonna lay back onto the back, nice and slow. Just round your spine to the floor. Think about making yourself taller as you lay back. Bend the knees, bring the heels underneath the knee joints. Pressing the arms and the shoulders down. Let's lift up into bridge. Knees pointing over the toes. Just hold it. Slowly lower the hips to the floor. Good. Hug the knees into your chest. Round your head, neck, and shoulders up into the legs, really pulling the knees in a little tighter. Now I want you to extend your arms and your legs into a V and hold it. Abs in tight. So you can make it easier by making it a smaller V. You can make it harder by making it a larger V. Now make sure that your back isn't arching. So if you need to bend your knees, go ahead. Just hold. Head, neck, and shoulders are lifted. My abs are shaking a little bit. I'm feeling this one. Now here's a little tip for your neck. Don't look up. That's going to strain the neck. Look at your legs. So you really want to curl up over the top of your rib cage to look at the legs, pull the abs in tight. Hug the knees back in. Release the feet back, hip width apart. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Let's hold that bridge pose one more time, pressing up. Really lift that tailbone up, up, up. And slowly relax it down. Good. Extend your back leg out straight. Bend your front knee. Let's just take it across the body. A little twist through the hips. Stretch the back. Good. Turning back onto the back. Switch legs. Take it across the body. Twist. And back onto the back, knees into your chest. Rock yourself up to a seated position. Hands behind the hips. Press the knees forward, stretch the tops of the thighs. Walk your hands in. Come to a low crouch pose. Hands right in front of your feet. Slowly drop your heels, lift your hips up. Let the head hang. Clasp your hands together behind you. Reach the arms away from the body, nice and long. Come up nice and slow with a flat back. Let the arms come down as you come up. Good. And just take a nice deep breath to finish together. Inhaling the arms overhead, palms come together. Exhale through heart center. One more time. Inhaling as deeply as you can in through the nose. Exhaling fully through the mouth. Good. And I hope that as you continue the rest of your day today, you'll hold on to that strong stillness that we've worked on cultivating a little bit today. And just keep that sense of strength and peace with you for the rest of your day, the rest of your week. I'll see you at our next workout, guys. Thank you.